Hola, hola. Welcome to Daily Invocation, Souls Check-in, your source of inspiration and information for your healing, attainment, and liberation. It is a cold morning here in the jungle. It's been raining and it's hardly ever cold, but it is today. So wherever you find yourself in the world and whatever the weather might be, I hope you embrace it. So just taking a few deep breaths, feeling into this sacred space, this sacred moment that we get to create together. Filling the space with gratitude for this time, for this day, for this experience, for possibility. Hmm. Thank you for being here with us. We are continuing to expand on the topic of intimacy because it is such a beautiful topic, such a helpful topic in every area of life. We don't mean intimacy just or only in romantic relationships, we mean it in every possible way.
Coming up is the word relating. So the intimacy in relating all of our relations. Last week, we invoked a lot of really beautiful foundational pieces, the frequency and resonance, clear agreement, trust, communication, so much to intimacy. Today, wanted to dive in and invoke conflict, that guaranteed piece of intimacy, because we are in human bodies, or most of us, some of us in human bodies, and some of us, whatever ego is left, conflict happens. And I'm happy to give some credit to Swami Pramadaya for this one, who really gave a incredible definition, and I haven't seen it anywhere else, so it might be original to him. He explained at great length the, to me anyways, a test of intimacy isn't how close you are or how vulnerable you are or how well you get along or romantically how good the sex is or the quality of your communication. All of those are important and not to be overlooked, and we can keep diving into them. We got this amazing definition of the level of intimacy is how you handle conflict. And that was a number of years ago, and that shifted a lot for me and continues to shift. And I'm honored to share that today with you. In a lot of therapy circles, the therapy term is this rupture repair model, because there are ruptures, there are misunderstandings, there are issues that arise, fears, and on and on and on. We won't dive into all the negatives, but conflict happens, ruptures happen. And what a beautiful test or measure or gauge or litmus knowing how our intimacy is going, of how we resolve the conflict. So it's an amazing framework to look at it and being okay with conflict. You know, we talked last week about taking risks, and vulnerability is a necessary part of intimacy. Well, as we're taking those risks, things happen, things come up. So the resolution is so important, and dive into it a little more tomorrow. I wanted to provide that framework around conflict.
So again, it doesn't always, well, one, I think it's a beautiful point to remind ourselves that progress isn't perfection. That is a quote that if you've ever been involved with any 12-step groups, you'll hear quite a bit. So progress is not perfection. That also applies to your relating, to our relating to ourselves, to each other. So yes, conflict will happen. It will occur no matter how many blissful years of marriage you've had or friendship or whatever the case might be. We're human beings and we accept all of that here at Souls Enterprise. We think it's absolutely beautiful. It's part of what makes this experience on as a spiritual being in a human body so special are our emotions and our differences. It is all growth. Conflict can lead to a lot of growth. And there is still a lot of truth on our progress also being an indication of how we deal with that conflict, the rupture, even the ending of soul contract or the ending of some kind of relationship, the separation, the transition, leaving and starting a new cycle, etc. So those are all really great things to think about when it comes to conflict and how it can actually oftentimes you might, I mean, I think part of what you're saying, Prasad, is, for example, in a friendship, I have one of my best friends, we hardly ever argue. The once or twice that we've had some kind of major rupture or some kind of big discomfort in our relationship, it's brought us closer to be able to talk about it and work through it. And I think that's part of what you're saying is it could either have that or it could become really kind of nasty, right? That's also part of the victim perpetrator dynamic. So your progress can be measured in those ways as well. Oh, I'm not blaming as frequently, or in this conflict, I'm going to slow it down, etc.
Speaking of, please do come by tomorrow because Karuna Dare and I will share one of our favorite little technique bits of advice we picked up along the way. I think a while ago that we've been practicing it that has really helped us, and we're very happy to share with you.
Fantastic. And in the meantime, let it simmer and wonder where you are with your own relationship in intimacy and in conflict. See you soon.
Much love, everyone. Much love.